actually take a shower? That's the question. He was debating whether or not he should take a shower before this.
This he was. What's up, buddy? You freaking out?
There's Ziggy.
Right when I go on live, you're gonna bark. What's up, Tubina Warriors?
Tucker, say hi to Ryder.
Becca, my cousin's in here. Becca, let's go. Daddy Tucker, you got that right. Come on. Come on. Call me daddy all day. Oh!
He's got the helicopter.
What a freaking helicopter. Yeah, Joseph and I had a lot of inside jokes in there. And
that probably didn't make the TV yet.
They for
yeah.
sure did not. You know, we, oh, it said he was unable to join. All right, I'm sending it back.
Dude, I don't know if the audience knows that you, when you won the wall, that you were like moaning.
Oh no, it made it on the live. I heard about that.
Oh, did it? Okay. Cool.
Oh yeah, I heard about that when I was in the house. Oh,
that's when I knew you were gonna win, when you started moaning. I was like, yeah. Oh, he's getting.
Once I saw Cam's foot slip, I was like, it's game over, bro. It's game over. I'm still got like 30, 45 minutes left in me. What is it? What is it, bud?
Dude, you got a
what's up, guys?
Whole backdrop.
Trying to get Cedric up in here. Hey!
Oh!
Oh!
Who is it, man? Who is it?
It's the bonnet boy. Fans off the wall.
I just got this today in some fan mail.
Oh,
I'll put it on for
hell yeah. You got fan mail, dude?
Let's go. Yeah, the belt giveaway is going strong.
That is sick, dude.
Some light.
That's,
you know, rats. Shout out Rose for sending me the bonnet. If you see this.
Rose, legend.
Cedric, is that a comic book in the background?
This one right here?
Yeah.
It's a comic poster.
Okay.
And then these are my graded Dragon Ball. These are like graded Dragon Ball cards. This is Akira Toriyama's like last collection box that he made before he died. There's a binder with chunks on it that has more cards in there.
That's fucking dope, dude.
I appreciate you.
I remember you saying you were a nerd in the house, and I didn't get what you meant by that. But now
I literally, bro, like right here, I got these in the mail today too. This is JJK. So we got Panda, Gojo, and Itadori right here. What else? Hang on. Fire. It gets deeper. These are like Full Metal Alchemist cards. Come on, it's bad.
I love it. We're all very nerdy in our own ways, which is
great. Literally. I don't think people know. Yeah, like Tucker comes off like a jock, but he really is just like a weirdo, like all of us.
Right. Just a ripped weirdo. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I saw your Instagram post. I was like, this dude is crazy. That's like your little story you went to the gym.
Huh?
I was looking top tier.
Dude, I think
I stay on the top tier, bro.
Before, when I saw Tucker swimming in the pool, I was like, this dude's gonna be a monster in these competitions. Like, I could just tell like how coordinated you were, like your workouts and everything like that. I was like, this dude is gonna crush like all of these. And then you would like crush ones that weren't even physical, like the hide and go veto, where it's just like you can't fucking beat this guy.
I freaked out when I won that stuff. I was like not supposed to scream right away because we had to do the footage of Joseph getting second place. And I don't know which clip they used because I've seen like a bunch of them on there, but I did it twice. I celebrated that hard and intense twice, like gladly. It was. I also was screaming around and yelling a bunch of shit. I was like, it's too fucking easy. This is too easy. And I'm sorry, guys.
That was the funniest shit ever, dude. I thought that was fucking hilarious. But everybody else in the house like was pissed. Like MJ and Cam, I remember, were just like, "Oh my god, can you believe him?" Like they were getting mad.
Where did you hide it?
And, someone just asked how long it went. The hide and go veto comp was like 4+ hours.
It was. They take forever, dude. It took forever.
Why did you get called back in?
Because I wanted to hide it somewhere.
My teeth are real.
I wanted to hide it somewhere that they told me I couldn't hide it. I wanted to hide it. Cedric, you remember that where the bed is with the broken mirror?
Yeah.
The one that falls like all the time? I wanted to put it behind there. And they told me that wasn't allowed. And so I was like, all right. And so I had to like guess. I was like, where should I put it? I guess I'll put it in Angela's bag and just put it somewhere so obvious that maybe someone won't find it. And it almost worked. but not quite.
Yeah. Yeah, I put mine in like the first day we walked in, I was like, I've had a lot of time with these dressers because I knew where they were from. I don't want to say, I don't want to break any rules, but it's the shop where everyone goes to get stuff for furniture. And I've lived in 11 apartments, so I know how they work. And the first spot I went to hide it was I know that there's the clips on the drawers that come out. There's in the track, so I like unclipped it and took the drawer out of it, put it in there. And then when they called me back in to check it, I was just the second I got in the house, I was like 15 seconds? You guys are gonna test me? 15 seconds to open this? I'll open this shit in 5 seconds. And it was just like, nah, you can't hide it there. I was like, I don't know why, but okay.
They said you couldn't have like outside knowledge that helped
Yeah,
you,
that's what
which I
they
thought
said,
was
and I was,
silly. Yeah.
I was, I was. We were saying silly stuff for a bit. I was like, I can't cook this stuff because I learned it outside, but no, it was fair what they did for sure. Like I get that.
Someone asked what we listened to during Hide and Go Veto. It's just music, just radio music. Yeah. Cedric.
Oh yeah.
So what exactly did you do? Like, what was like the thing that you were hiding from us, your secret? Can you explain that more to me?
Oh, that I was in the Marine Corps?
Yeah. So what did you do in there? You said you had something to do with intelligence or something like that? Well,
Yeah, I was in it. I was a signals intelligence. I was an intelligence analyst.
okay,
So
cool.
I
So
still don't believe it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm so
he's
impressed with
not
that, bro.
15. So what is that?
No, I'm very impressed. I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to mention that to you, dude. Tell us more. That's super impressive.
thank you. Yeah, it's basically I can't really talk about it too much because a lot of it's classified. But
Okay, got you.
yeah,
Hell
but
yeah!
you know, big dumb. All right,
Okay.
I had to play a character
I
in the
knew you
house
were
for
smart
sure.
because you told us that you were like in engineering, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But was
can
that
still
a
it.
lie?
That's flight school though. That's like yeah,
Got you.
aeronautical engineering.
Got you.
But that's a whole separate thing from the Marine Corps. That's after.
Yeah.
Shout out my homework.
Cedric, I think you were one of the better liars in the house, to be honest.
Bro,
I was
if
thinking
only
about that
Joseph, if
today.
only you knew, dog. I
Dude.
didn't really lie in the house, but my lie and manipulation ability is like
No, dude.
problematically
I
good.
was thinking about it today and I was like, dude, he really was like the first 3 weeks, bro. Like, I literally thought you didn't know what was going on, really.
I was
Like I
lost.
thought you knew I knew you. I thought that I was helping you out more than I actually was. Honestly what I thought. I thought like, oh, I'm giving him information and stuff like that. And like, little did I know you had like so much like shit going on. But you did a good job of
Yeah.
being like, dude, Joseph, I don't know what's like, like you would play dumb and I would like totally buy it. So like I was thinking about today, I was like, honestly, dude, you're a pretty good player. Like honestly, I think like really just that 1 week was like, bad. But I think like other than that, like your social game was like on point. Like, and like I said, like you did a good job of masking like all the stuff you had going on.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you did great except for one thing. No, I'm kidding.
Right. But
No,
I
you
still
did tell me. What's up, Jesse? I see you're in here. No,
I did,
Cedric did.
and you just put it was hard to navigate too because I told you, and then I told I told the Pentagon. I didn't have time to tell the
Yeah,
collective because it was just so fast. But I told you, and then I like you. I thought you were gonna use it on yourself, so then you put me in a hard spot to
nah,
like where I could
yeah.
have renamed somebody else, but I had to do Mackenzie because everyone was like Mackenzie.
Yeah, when I literally saw the footage, I was like, I remember that conversation and just don't remember the beginning of it, bro. It was just such like I was like, I don't give a shit. We talked about it the night before. Like I knew like whatever was coming out of your mouth,
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care. I'm the one at risk. I'm gonna do this. But yes, I take it all back. The truth shall prevail, and it prevailed for you, and you deserve that, bro. I know I was saying
Oh,
that a
good,
bunch
man.
in there, and yeah. So I'll tip my hat to you with that for sure. My bad.
Thank you.
And
It's all good, man.
but
I
damn, we could
appreciate
have
it,
ran shit.
Cedric, how close
bro.
were you to doing that to Quinn? Were you ever gonna
No,
like actually do that?
bro, yes. That's so literally we were gonna do it. Like that's why the ball players alliance in the room we were gonna do it, and then Cam came up to me because you guys know we had the collective, right, which we were trying to protect, but then we had the Pentagon inside the collective, and Quinn was in the collective and the Pentagon, and so that's why I couldn't do it. And
Yeah.
but we were talking, and we're like, yo, Quinn is snaking the entire game, blah blah blah, and but you got to remember this is week 3, like the beginning of week 3, so trust is super important. And we couldn't tell everybody in the collective and the Pentagon that Quinn was snaking everybody because then it looks like we're trying to cut people that we're working with.
That's smart. That's
So
smart. Yeah.
Yeah.
we were like, Cam and I came up with this brilliant idea, which we didn't get to execute because I got evicted the following week. But we were gonna take Quinn like 2 more weeks and then cut him, but because we would have had the trust, and then bring Joseph or T-Core into the Pentagon.
Bro, and that's why when they originally came to me for the flip, Chemo and T-Core, because they pitched this idea to me like a day before, I told them straight up, bro, I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I told them, I was like, yo, Seth has my back. Like, I think that's too early. And because, yeah, maybe I'm on the bottom of an 8-person alliance, but I always thought about what you just said, where I'm like, you don't know who's going to take shots at each other. You don't know what's going to happen. You might get there and, like, just by accident fumble into final 6, final 5.
Right.
So I didn't want to disrupt that right away, but my thing about it was I didn't trust you, bro. Like, I knew you were doing shit behind my back, bro.
Yeah.
And, like, there were so many. I knew about, like, the Pentagon. Like, I knew about, like, all that shit. So I was just like, and, like,
and
I knew one time,
told
too.
me about it early on, and I totally forgot.
Yeah, dude, that's another thing.
I totally forgot.
about
He called me when he got out, and he's like, yo, dude, I got to ask you this one question. Did you remember when I first told you about the Pentagon? And I just started cracking up because I was like, yeah, we were very tight if you even have to ask that question. Because I definitely didn't remember when you first told me. I remember when, like, Chemo or someone else told me, and it was just a hilarious, fun moment.
Because, Cedric, I was flabbergasted when he did that move where he tried to backdoor Quinn with y'all. Because I told him all the info. So I was like, why would he do that? I told him Cedric and Quinn were in an alliance together. Like, Cedric's not going to do that.
But also, like, America put Quinn up, dude. Like, he's really talented at that game, and he's a very good player. And, you know, I know when I did that, I kind of, like, threw all those cards on the floor, and I knew he was going to pick them up, but damn, credit to Quinn, bro. He picked up those cards so fast, and the cards closest to the people closest to me first, and he was very good at doing that. And I was just so bummed I couldn't convince Rubina, Chemo, or T-Court to, like.
I kind of underrated Quinn in the house too.
Really?
He was another person who I was like, I didn't know he had as much going on as, like, I knew he was running around and doing a lot of stuff, but I didn't think anybody trusted him. That was the thing, was I was like, nobody really trusts him, so, like, how far can he really get?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that's
people are saying a bunch of stuff about me and you, Cedric, right now.
They are.
About like our stuff, and they asked if, like, I regret not going through with it, and then I want to hear your point of view. But I was like, yeah, but also the one part of me was kind of just like, yo, I wish you like flexed your HOH card with me, and you were like, yo, bro, I know you're planning on doing this, but just so you know, blah blah blah, because, like, I just knew I was so set in my ways, and that, like, I literally in my selective hearing went nuts. So I apologize again. But how was it? Yeah, I regret. I wish Cedric stayed. You know, it would have been better to go after like Quinn first, and then do the Brooklyn Chelsea thing. But whatever, it is what it is. But how was it with you?
So, in my opinion, right, you got to remember, I was working, which is, we'll dive into, like, further reasons and why I volunteered and stuff later. But I was working with Quinn and so closely in the Pentagon, and we had just formed the Ball Players Alliance, and I knew you were kind of a wild card. So I was like, maybe I'll be able to control his emotions a little bit to where, like, you know, we could make this a manageable relationship.
I tried.
And then so then I was like,
okay, they're on the sleeve, bro. They're coming out right.
So when I told you, like, yo, use the veto on yourself, don't use it on Angela, we don't have the numbers, because we didn't. I mean, Quinn ended up on the eviction block next to Kenny anyways, and still stayed 10-1. So I knew that, like, we didn't have the sway to send Quinn home at that point in the game.
Oh, yeah.
But I was like, when you were like, nah, fuck that, like, I'm doing it anyways, I was like, okay, like I tried to save this game as much as possible. I wanted to work with the dude, but like if he's gonna be like
Yeah.
fuck you, I'm not gonna pressure
No,
him.
yeah, no, it wasn't fuck you. It was fuck the numbers.
Yeah, I
Just
got
to
you.
be
Yeah,
clear,
yeah,
it was fuck
yeah.
the
It was fuck the
numbers.
numbers. Yeah, for
I'll
sure.
risk it for the biscuit, baby. But yeah,
But it would
no.
have put me in. It would have put me in such a bad spot with everybody that I was working with, and I would have only gained you as an ally from that. And then you were just too like emotional for me to control. I think, or for us to think logically in the
Hell
game.
yeah.
So I
I
was like,
wish
I
I
just had to
that
weigh the pros and
that
cons.
was so tough for me
That-
too because
That's a
I
really
felt
good
like you
point,
two
dude.
were
Now
like two of
I
my
agree with you.
closest people. So I was like, damn, I gotta like lie to Sed and act like I'm with him,
That's
like, like and all that shit. Where I'm like, that's why that was part of the flip too, why I voted you out. Because I was like, if he's coming after Tucker, like, what are you gonna do? Like, that's your boy. So
and then wait, but this is the deepest part because Tucker, if I would have stayed that next week, we were sending Quinn home. Like
Yeah,
if
so
I would have
why
stayed the
wait a
week,
week, bro?
if I would
Why
have,
wait a week? We had it in the bag.
I
Get
don't,
him out early. Move
we
on.
didn't. That's what I'm saying. I really don't think that we could have convinced the majority of the House to vote him out.
I wouldn't
And
have even wanted to vote him out.
No, yeah,
yeah,
we
see, like
had it.
I
I
had,
couldn't give up Joseph, dude. I knew Angela would. I know Leah wouldn't. I think Mackenzie would have. Rubina, Chemo, and T-Core, bro. Like it
but
would
you
have
gotta remember,
taken
Cam
work. You're
and
right.
Chelsea
You're
wouldn't
right.
have, Brooklyn wouldn't have. Like I think it would have been way too close to call, and then it would
Yeah.
have blew up my whole game because now I'm building mistrust in a majority alliance. So I was
Yeah.
like, it
Yeah,
just
for
well, it
sure.
wasn't logical
I
for
think
No,
me.
it would have
man,
been
yeah,
close
it definitely
though. I
made
think it would have
sense.
been closer than we think. Like
Yeah,
as far as Quinn going home, like it could have gone either way. Now that I think
right.
about it.
If
Yeah.
you're right. If we really pushed for everyone to vote Quinn out, we
What's
could have
up,
probably
Hannah?
managed it. It would have been crazy too. Like if the week that I got evicted, Tucker came up to me and he was like, "Listen, if you stay this week, let's work together." And then so I think it would have been
Facts.
crazy to manage that because if I stayed that week and then we sent Quinn home, it's a whole new game. Like the Pentagon lost a member. I'm working
Yeah.
closely with you. Everyone thinks we're not working together. And then you were working
Yeah.
closely with Joseph. I was working closely with Joseph, so we could have brought Joseph in, and then that would have been like a mastermind three peat, and kind of ran
Yeah.
from
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah,
But there's so
dude.
many
Yeah,
what
I think
ifs. Like
also like I think Chelsea might have voted for Quinn because she's incredibly smart and good at this game and observant of everybody. And her and Quinn were sort of playing a similar game, but Quinn was more like on the forefront of it, and Chelsea's good at sitting back. But Chelsea's got great relations with everybody.
yo,
She's very observant, dude, and she like from the beginning is I have the people that I want to win. I want like Rubina obviously first and then Chemo. But it's if they don't get Chelsea out,
in this
if one of them doesn't win
double,
HOH and put Chelsea up within the next week, it's gonna get really hard.
Dude,
That's
I need
Chelsea deserves to win. Like
I
that.
need Chelsea.
Yeah,
What
she
I
definitely deserves it.
for sure. I knew Chelsea was the best player in the house, like day 3 or 4,
Same.
because I was having to build all my connections and go talk to people and build my social game. Where Chelsea was able to just sit there and get invited into everything. Like it was
You're
like,
right.
okay, who's this? And we were like talking the first few days of who we wanted to be in the Alliance, and everybody I talked to was like, blah 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 blah. You Chelsea, and I was like,
Yep.
this is gonna be my number one like social threat in the house. And then she's just been able to run with it, so it's crazy. She's
yeah,
such a talented player.
No,
yeah.
she's
When I had
really
HOH,
she played hard from the
she
get go.
yeah, and she is very truthful. When I had HOH, she was like she reminded me of me when we had our one-on-one because she was never lying but never telling the full truth, and
Exactly.
there was one point when I asked, I was like, okay, you and Brooklyn might not have a final two, or you and T-Core might not have a final two, but is there some kind of unspoken agreement? And she was like, yeah, there's unspoken agreements. And I was like, all right, cool. I respected the shit out of that. I was not gonna go after her the next week because it would have been bad for the game because everyone was still tight with her too. If I won like that HOH, I would have done like, well, I might have, but I wouldn't have wanted her. I would have definitely wanted Quinn to go. I might have had to put her up and then have Quinn be the target, and then if someone wins the veto, then I probably would have done Leah up there because Leah just was. Leah's doing a really good job floating, but what people don't realize also, which I think some people do, but bro, Cam is
Yo,
floating so
Dude,
well, bro.
dude.
my
He's chilling.
dog.
He's straight chilling, bro.
Straight chilling, and I think he's chilling all the way to like except for Rabina, and I think Cam's chilling all the way to the final
He's in a
three.
good
Like,
spot, dude.
Yeah, he's if he's not 3, then he's 4. I think the same thing, bro. It's
I
gonna
don't
be
think
like
he's like
he's gonna be
one of the
right there.
top jury threats, but
No.
I think he would get a lot of people's votes for sure.
did you guys see? I just so happened to catch it on Matt's live last night on TikTok. Did you guys see Leah's manipulation going crazy last night with MJ? It was going
Like
No, before
making
we
her
do it,
feel bad
let's
or
talk about
whatever.
it. People have been posting the whole time in this thing, like, what do we think about what's going on right now? So run it.
it's been it was crazy. So I don't know. It literally happened like 4 a.m. last night, and Leah was just like, "I can't believe you do this." Like she made her feel hella bad, and then made her feel like that putting Chelsea or putting her up was a wrong decision, and that how now one of her numbers is going home and sowing the seeds of distrust with Chelsea.
Oh
And
yeah,
I was like, Leah, if you would have done this before, you wouldn't have got nominated,
yeah,
dog. Like she played way too passively, but I
Yeah,
think
she
what people
probably
don't
thought she was
realize.
good
Mm-hmm.
because it's MJ, and they've like I don't know, they're like relationships like I don't
yeah.
know.
I
It's
don't
weird.
Yeah,
understand it either, Joseph.
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, I don't want to do any spoilers. I don't know when this shit airs. I'm still based on the time of being in the house, but like, what happens with the veto? I don't know if that's aired yet, but like,
Yeah, I don't know who
I,
we
I
can't talk
don't
about
I don't read
the
anything. I don't
renoms,
know.
but
yeah,
I don't know what
it's
happened.
know.
crazy. Just know
I'm
like
just guessing.
it's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a
So
lot of people were asking what we all think of Angela. Oh, who wants to go first?
as
I
far as her go ahead, Cedric.
go ahead, Justin.
No,
You got it.
okay.
I got
As
this.
far as her game, I feel like it's kind of been on the whims of other people a little bit. I feel like she's gotten saved by people. She's gotten blindsided when she stayed that one time. But to her credit, I think she does do a good job of going up to people and being like, "Oh, I need a home. I need to be like in an alliance. Like, please, I'll stay loyal to it." And then just is disloyal to it right away.
Yeah.
So like I do credit her in that way, where she's very cutthroat, honestly.
Yeah.
You want to go?
No,
Tucker?
you go. You go.
I think Angela, probably as a person, like is really unique. But I think that her as a player is not like she was harder for me to navigate in the house than Tucker was.
Yeah.
Because she makes you feel kind of bad for her, regardless of whatever's going on. But then you reach a point where you stop feeling bad for her and you start to be annoyed with her, and you realize you can't trust her with anything that she does. Because like
Yeah.
Tucker used the veto on her, then she went and campaigned for Tucker to go home. Like she blew up her alliance with Quinn multiple times, blew up all of her cards, blew up your guys' 6 Av alliance. Like, you know what I mean? She's
Sounds
hard to
like me.
navigate because she's
Yeah.
like Tucker, but so wild. Tucker makes logical wild decisions. Like there's a point behind him, there's a principle
Right.
behind him.
Yeah.
Angela makes wild decisions on like,
Her
I
paranoia.
guess it is what it is.
She's very paranoid in there. You know,
Right. Yeah.
she was probably
Yeah.
she was one of the players to me in terms of like reading people and whatever that I was just like I don't
Like.
know if I ever figured out, and she makes me feel really comfortable, which I don't like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like throughout the whole thing, my whole thing was just like, she one would seemed like at the beginning she would be very loyal, and I also like Angela outside, like even in the game, she's a very respectable person. And
Yeah.
yes, there's been some things outside where people are like shouldn't have done X, Y, and Z, but nah, everyone in there is a great, lovely person. And no one in there really is taking shit seriously. We're very aware that it's a
Yeah.
game, and everyone's really good at compartmentalizing. Just so
Angela has a
people know.
lot of
It's
like funny moments. Like it's not
exactly.
all like crazy
Yeah.
or like
No, yeah,
crazy eyes or whatever.
she's
It's
not
like
all crazy,
she can be very
but she
chill.
does.
Like
Yeah, there was a few things that were like that she did where I was just like, what the fuck, you know? One of them was like she obviously went after me and did that and tried to form an alliance, but it's like you should do this after the veto ceremony, the renoms or whatever it was. This wasn't a good time. You should have waited like 48 hours. And you know, we had a lot of talks about like I've been up on the block a bunch. I know how that paranoia hits. That shit hits hard. Like it's you can't trust anyone but yourself. But she would be very annoyed at the fact that she would come into a group and be at the bottom and have to peck her way up. And I was like, I told her when we were in there, I was like, yeah, but that's on you because of what you did. Like, that's just how it is. And like, it doesn't matter if I'm there, I got you, and we got to play both sides of these coins. And to Angela's credit, she is really, really good at sitting in rooms and making conversations not happen. She is the top tier person at doing that, which is a very valuable asset in there. So to keep her around, I really thought would be good. I was surprised by it, but like, my hat's off to her for going to do it and kind of getting that thing in everybody's mind at that point. And obviously it ended up working out at the end. But yeah, she's a very hard to predict person, and I think she's a very hard to predict person in the game, but is very like empathetic and motherly
Yeah.
in a way, and knows that and uses it to her ability.
Yeah.
So she is
Like
very good at the game.
those first 4 days, everybody loved her. Like everybody like loved her before like that whole crazy ass thing. I think that was the first time where people were like, whoa. Like before that, she really did have like a lot of us like trying to help her out and stuff like that. So that she does have like charm about her for sure.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
so
crazy.
Yeah. Cedric,
yeah, I think. What do you think is gonna? Oh, we probably can't talk about it because we don't know if people know everything. But I was gonna say, what do we think is gonna happen this week?
I think that the renom is going on.
Yeah,
that's what it
yeah,
looks like. Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
if I'm in the house, right, ironically, I think that whoever ended up being renom is better to keep, and that they send Angela home. Oh, they send the other person on the block home.
Yeah. Most people here are feeders, I'm sure.
I agree for half of it, but for Chemo and Rubina, I think the latter is better.
Mm. I think they're
In
just
some
they're in a
sense
hard spot
of it,
in every way.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, but it's supposed to be a double eviction.
Yeah. I think. Who do you think? I think the top two people